right, so Adil, you are now at the end of this firing line where
Right.
I'm going to ask you every possible question regarding your life.
I'm
By
ready.
the time you leave here, they will know everything there is to know about you.
By the time I leave here, they'll have left already.
No. So one of the things that everybody asks when they hear about Adil Musaji is your connection to the Musaji name. Are you part of the Musaji family where I used to have some suits made? My dad used to have some suits made.
Absolutely, it's the same family. We started the Bori Bazaar wala store about 190 years ago or years ago. I wasn't there.
I didn't realize you were that old.
Yeah, I wasn't there. The family has split businesses about 3 times since then. And I'm currently part of that group of the family who runs the 26th Street wala Musajis.
Okay. So then, why did you decide to branch out on your own instead of focusing and working to enhance that business?
Lots of reasons. So when I did come back from the US finally and was sort of here, so my family did want me to join the family business, except at that time, before the last split of the business, the Sadar Wali Musajis, Zebunisa Street Wali was what my family ran. And it was my grandfather's entire family. It's a small family, but nonetheless, 2 puppies, my dad. And it was my grandfather's brother's entire family, 4 daughters. And almost everybody was part of the operations of one store. तो ठीक है उसमें फाइनेंस था अकाउंट्स था परचेज था रिटेल था टेलरिंग था बट nonetheless it was a small business regardless even though doing really well but operationally it was a small business and I didn't think that I would have the space there to sort of do what I want to do. Not that I knew what I was going to do but still. And the second thing is कि मैं नॉर्मल वॉर्मल से काम कुछ ज़्यादा कर नहीं सकता तो बीइंग इन सेल और बीइंग इन मैनेजमेंट ऑफ अ रिटेल स्टोर वुड नॉट हैव वर्कड फॉर मी एनीवेज आई न्यू दैट फ्रॉम अ लॉन्ग टाइम अगो
So how did the family respond when you told them that I'm not going to do this, I'm going to branch out?
ऑब्वियसली दे डिडंट लाइक इट बट ये सवाल आई थिंक आपके बहुत सारे सवालों के आगे निकलने वाला है मैं शुरू कर दूं फिर
शुरू करना है.
ठीक है so what happened was that initially when I came back I started doing a whole bunch of jobs. I worked for a clothing buying house. I worked for a technical company that used to provide cutting room solutions for the garment factories. But when my dad insisted कि काम करते हैं तो I suggested कि फिर यूँ करते हैं कि मैं एक छोटी सी दुकान खोल लेता हूँ and I'll run that store and and it'll be independent of rest of the business. So at that time there was no such thing as personal money. It was all like family money. And so my father went to the head of the businesses and said कि ये करना है, ये mood है. And they said कि well so I'm talking about
When was this?
mid 90s.
Okay.
Right, then like 97. And so at that time the family said कि यार वो सारा रिटेल बिजनेस सदर में होता है क्लिफ्टन में क्या रिटेल होता है यार तो उस वक्त ऑब्वियसली कोई मॉल्स नहीं थे उस वक्त जमजमा वाज बैरन देयर वाज नथिंग रियली क्लिफ्टन में in terms of retail. आगाज सुबह मगर was it, So तो दे सेड कि नहीं हम वी नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन इन्वेस्टिंग इन अ स्टोर एंड अगर कर भी देते तो ये बच्चा अभी पढ़ के आया ये क्या चलाएगा इसको ना वाला सीन था. I think they were right. So what happened was that eventually, to cut a long story short, they said that if you do your own store and you don't use the Musaji name, you can do whatever you want. So I set up
you
a.
want to be embarrassed if you
Well,
fall flat
yeah,
on
but
your face.
also it would be using the brand without paying for it, sort of thing.
Oh.
So I started a small fabric and tailoring place called M2.
Okay.
It was about a third of the size of this room. And it used to have like fabric displayed on one wall, like it was a nice interior. and I had one tailor, and it was not supposed to work out, but it worked out so well that at the end of 4 months, some of the best customers of Musaji's were coming to me. So the family had a big problem with that, and my uncle called me and said कि conflict of interest है, तुम ये क्या सारे customers तोड़ रहे हो? So we shut the brand down overnight, and that gave birth to the 26th Street wala Musaji's right away. So I guess it was a successful, very successful business, but it was not the first business that I did, by the way.
So which was the first business?
So since I've read the questions that she has,
He said, can I have
yeah.
the cheat sheet?
yeah, मैंने कहा बना लूँ कहानियाँ अगर मुझे नहीं पता तो
So he's creating the stories as he goes along.
Okay, so the first, I'm going to make this quick. Her list is really long, I swear. You guys are here for a long time, by the way.
Some questions, you know that.
Yeah. अच्छा तो हुआ ये था कि I was in college and in '94 the US embassy closed down for a while. So मैं यहाँ summer vacation पे था और visa लगवाना था और उनका जब बंद हो गया तो I couldn't get my visa on time. So I couldn't go back to college. So I was stuck here for about 10 months odd. Because अगले semester वो courses थे नहीं, and then I had to go, the semester after that.
And that is another story.
Right. So to cut a long story short, what happened was that my bedroom, was a young teenager's bedroom when I'd left it. तो वहाँ पे मिडोना का और हल्क होगन का पोस्टर लगा हुआ था और स्टिकर लगे हुए थे, we all had our bedrooms when we were 12, 13, 14, right? So my mom gave me a budget and said कि यार तुम कमरा ही ठीक कर लो, कुछ नए cupboard और पलंग बना लो. So my few friends, when you're about 18, 17, right? हम सब फारिग ही होते थे उस ज़माने में, बहुत टाइम था सबके पास. So I would hang out with a few friends, and we went to nursery. At that time, Kalamkar was brand new, and there were very few. Your Solution wasn't there. There were very few furniture stores there. So we looked around. तो या तो बहुत घटिया फर्नीचर था या बहुत महंगा कलमकार टाइप का फर्नीचर था. There was nothing cool, hip, IKEA type happening, which I wanted as a young guy, which I still am and still want. So
Like me.
yeah. So we couldn't find it, and my friend said, "यार खुद बना लेते हैं." So we, one of them did woodwork, one of them did metalwork in Gibney factory थी. Then we knew a whole bunch of people. So we went, we took about a month and we made really cool furniture which was wood and metal sort of merged with, at that time was a reasonably new concept. और वो जो है ना बनकर, it had just landed in my house and वो अगले दिन उस पर polish paint वाला काम शुरू होना था. तो I had gone to a friend's for a night over, and when I came in the morning, my mom had sold it. My mom said कि हाँ वो कल कुछ दोस्त यार आए थे तो उनको अच्छा लगा, मैंने कहा ले लो, मैंने भेज दिया. So that started this business, and there were 4 of us friends who got involved. Some of us would sort of design, 2 of us would sort of go into the market, have it manufactured. We did bedrooms, we did CD racks, we did 2 full daftar ke interiors in 9 months. And then when I went to college, I left the business to these guys, and my friends ran the business until about 2 years ago.
Okay.
It was called Zoc. Yeah, they had a great time with it. Okay. So that was the first business, and then M2 was the second business. After that, I went to Punjab. I worked there for a while. I came back, taught at TIP off and on for about 7 years.
So TIP is the
Textile Institute of Pakistan. While I was doing that, I was consulting. I was doing here and there. I went for my master's.
Let's go back a little bit. So you went to university in the US.
Right.
So what did you go there to study, and what did you end up doing?
यार यूँ था कि I really didn't have a plan. One of my 2 friends in my life was going to the US, and I'm like, hey, that sounds like a good idea. So I spoke to my dad. He thought कभी इसको admission मिलेगा नहीं इस loser को, लेकिन नहीं, he was very confident कि हो जाएगा, but I had extremely bad grades and I wasn't a great student at all. But हो गया. So my friend and I, we went to the US. I went to a community college first. I did 2 years of computer science, and the way that computer science got chosen was that at that time, when you used to apply for a student visa, तो people would tell you कि वैसा major ढूंढो जो पाकिस्तान में बहुत कम होता है, तो you can say कि you're going because you want to come back and make your country a better place, sort of thing.
Good story.
So they said computer science is something which is really on, it's something that you should declare. So I declared computer science. When I got there, it was computer science. I'm like, okay, cool. So did some courses and I liked it a lot. So I did computer science for 2 years. Then I changed my college to Philadelphia College of Textiles and Science. And I did that because 85% of the population of the college was female. And 15% of the population was male, and even because of a fashion school, there were very few straight guys there. So I thought it was a great idea. But can't give you too many details. But having said that, I changed about 7 majors through my time there. And so it was philosophy, psychology, then it was accounting, then it was fashion, there was interior design, then it was fashion apparel management.
So how come? Why did you keep jumping from one thing to another?
यार, so there was अभी नहीं है, लेकिन उस ज़माने में ना the coolest thing that was possible for somebody like me in the US, I had not paid attention to what I wanted to do in my life when I was here. So when I went there, avenues opened up. And what was great back then in the US system is, one, you can take whatever courses you want. There's no limitation कि आपका major ये है तो आप biology क्यों पढ़ रहे हो, ऐसा कोई scene नहीं है. You can take whatever you want. And the second thing was that at that time, if you were a full-time student, you could take as many credits as you want, upwards of 16, right? So I was taking between 22 and 25 credits every semester. So I was taking like 4 or 5 courses what needed to be taken, and I was taking another 4 or 5 courses of what I wanted to take, like addition to that. So I took from photography to yoga to interior design to Japanese language to whatever, and it was fascinating. कि यार ये भी कितना मजेदार है. I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do. I still can't. And that's a great thing. I mean, anybody who's doing a startup here knows कि आपको accounting भी करनी पड़ती है, आपको finance भी करना है, आपको marketing भी करनी है, आपको sales भी करना है, आपको design भी करना है,
customer की
आपको
philosophy भी समझनी है,
आपको गालियाँ भी खानी है, आपको गालियाँ देनी भी हैं, and इस हर चीज़ का एक course है, by the way. So it was fantastic. I could make up my mind, and I did everything.
So how many credits did you end up taking?
I graduated about 262 credits.
How many did you need to graduate?
126, I think. Yeah. So it was pretty. It was a lot of fun, and and then eventually I became a teaching assistant. So my education was free, and then I could take whatever hell I wanted, and I did.
So you would suggest that other people should?
I totally suggest that one should figure out who they are and then live their lives accordingly. My path is not for everyone.
Okay, right.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now to Ego, which
Okay.
is the brand that many of us know.
Yeah.
How did that start?
Okay, so I had just come back from the US. I was in the US again in 2004 doing my master's, which I did not complete because I was extremely bored with the program. I came back and I had a consulting job at one of the textile mills here. And as soon as I came, again the textile industry took a slight dip, and the first things to go are the consulting jobs. So I was free, and I wanted to start something on my own anyways. And I have a really good friend, Saira and Danish are a couple. They used to teach with me at TIP, and we used to hang out together quite a bit. तो हर रोज़ जब जमा होते थे चाय पे या जो भी कर रहे हैं, तो यार ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए. तो एक दिन she's like, you know what, you need to just pick one thing and do it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So he's like, just pick one thing. And I'm like, which one should I pick? And she's like, pick the one that you really feel will work. I'm like, they can all work. All of these things can be done. And she's like, नहीं abhi pick karo. And so what had happened was that week I'd gone to 2-3 dinners for different friends or whatever. And almost everyone, had spoke about कि तुझे कुछ काम करना है यार, तू गैप की फ्रेंचाइज यहाँ ले आ, JC Penney की फ्रेंचाइज ले आ, कोई फला रिटेल ब्रांड की फ्रेंचाइज ले आ, यहाँ पे कपड़े नहीं मिलते अच्छे. And I'm like, why? All of these things are made right here. Why should you get a franchise? Just make them all your own. यार इस तरह की चीज़ें बन ही नहीं सकती. And I'm like, what do you mean नहीं बन सकती यार? यही बनती ही यहाँ है. नहीं यार नहीं होता. And I'm like, हो ही नहीं सकता. So this was the challenge that I thought कि यार हो नहीं सकता. तो सायरा उस वक्त बैठी, she's like, pick one thing. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And that's it. Just sort of
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But okay, so Ego is a different kind of brand from what other boutiques or shops.
Well,
are doing. So
more
why
so-
did you pick this particular niche?
So more so, it was a very different kind of brand back
Even
then,
then.
because there were no
There were.
real Pred brands other than sort of Generations and Unbeatable, to my knowledge. And Unbeatable was like a small boutique, and Generation was doing well, but they were doing stitched lawn.
Right.
Other than that, they weren't really doing much. And the whole idea was to create a brand that the young woman would like. So in fact, the first brief that was given to the designers was कि अगर अम्मी को नहीं अच्छा लगे और बेटी को बहुत अच्छा लगे तो you've done your job right, you know. And the concept was simple. Like at that time, back in the day, if my mother would go shopping, she would go to the Gul Ahmed lawn sale and buy the same lawn for Dadi, for herself, and my sister. Or similar looking lawn. There wasn't such a thing कि this is the young man's shirt and this is the old man's shirt, or ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, एक ही चीज़ थी. So the idea was to create a niche, create a differentiation, and deliver.
For the younger woman.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously I didn't really know much. I still don't.
तो कोई research वगैरह नहीं की थी? ऐसे ही सोच लिया
यार,
कि this is the area.
देखो मैं आपको बताऊं, मैं ये बहुत सुनता रहता हूँ कि आपने रिसर्च नहीं की और आपको
See,
डेटा
because
और
that's what
नंबर्स
we
नहीं
told
पता.
always कि आप
Okay,
research करें
so
फिर-
for example, I'll tell you, right? My take on research is very simple, right? If I live in my neighborhood
Yeah,
and I don't come across a burger joint, I know there's space for a burger joint.
absolutely.
So to open one burger joint is no big deal. It's gonna, there's a need for it, right? I know my friends, यार इसको burger खाना, इसको burger, बेहतरीन चार तो बिक गए, right? You do research when you're like, okay, yaar, I want to open a chain of burger joints. How many should be in this city? Then you go ahead and do, research on is कौन सी age खाएगा, उसके पैसे discretionary income क्या है, and so on and so forth, and then plan it out कि ये कहानी बनेगी.
So, but when you started, you thought you were only going to open one.
There was no competition. It was absolutely empty. There was in fact no market either, because in the sense that I knew that younger women would wear clothes, obviously, but they buy the same clothes as their mom and their grandmother and nani and so on. So if there was a niche brand, it was clear to me in my head कि यार इसकी तो market है,
And did it take off right?
No, it actually sucked.
Okay. That I
Yeah,
didn't
okay,
expect.
so let me explain. All right. So let's suppose that you want to open a brand like Khadi today or like Ego today, right? So it's very simple, right? आप एक मास्टर रखोगे, आप एक और बंदा रखोगे, आप खाड़ी विजिट करोगे रोज़ एक हफ्ते तक और देखोगे कि क्या बिक रहा है, क्या प्राइस पॉइंट है. 3 जोड़े खरीद के ले आओगे तो उसका पैटर्न बन जाएगा, साइज़ बन जाएगा. उसके प्राइस पॉइंट देखोगे तो रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग करोगे कि यार 2500 की यहाँ बिक रही है तो बन्नी 800 रुपये की चाहिए, तो 800 की कैसे बनेगी. ये कपड़ा आप बना दोगे, ठीक है, डन. ये कपड़ा आ गया, प्रिंटिंग हो गई, एम्ब्रॉयडरी, एंड यू कैन ईजिली रेप्लिकेट दैट प्रोडक्ट एंड सेल इट अगेन. दैट्स व्हाई देयर आर couple of dozen brands opening every year now.
Yeah.
But when the first brand, when Khadi first started, when Ego first started, so Khadi wasn't doing ready-made, but even when they did that product for the first time, the process was okay. It was like creating the first iPad, like what should it look like? What should a casual shirt for women look like? There was no definition for it. How much will they buy it for? Who knows? Okay. मीडियम ज़्यादा या स्मॉल पता नहीं, और कहाँ खोलनी चाहिए दुकान ये भी नहीं पता, कितनी बड़ी दुकान होनी चाहिए ये भी नहीं पता, और कौन सा कपड़ा होना चाहिए पता नहीं. लॉन तो ये होता है, बाकी कपड़ा किसी ने कभी पहना ही नहीं है, तो हु नोज क्या चलेगा. सो इट वॉज ऑल ब्रांड न्यू, इट वॉज जस्ट it was trial and error. So we came up with a lot of raw materials, lot of stitching, lot of fittings, and so on and so forth. And we came up with a crazy philosophy that there are younger women, 17-year-old, 16-year-olds. At that time, that was my target market. Will they're young, so they want something fun and mazedar. So we did dragons and crazy kind of prints and stuff, and we started the store. And they didn't want it, They didn't want it. And the funny thing was that the day we got successful, it was the 30-something or the late 20-year-old girl who wanted that shirt. I'm like, what? You know? And bada cool tha. Like now I get it. And that's experience, right? And maybe I should have done my research.
That's why we told them to go and talk to a couple of hundred people.
So what happened was that the younger girl who was just finishing school, had just started college, was trying to figure out who she is, how to fit in, how, you know, do I want to look like my older sister? Do I want to look like my mom? You know, what is the thing? I want to fit in. Fitting in was the problem. And it's the time when you hit maturity, like whatever, 24, 25, 30, depending upon who you are. It's when you now know who you are. And you're like, I don't care if you guys are wearing this, I'm going to wear this.
Yeah, I'm going to set a trend,
So,
right?
yeah, so it was the 28-year-old, the 32-year-old who was saying, I want to wear a dragon upside down with a ring in her tail, right? And she's the one who eventually found Ego and said, I want to wear all these crazy clothes. And we found her, and then, you know, everything changed. We got rid of the men's wear, we got rid of, you know, the formal wear, and we found what we sell today and expanded on it, reduced our shop size, you know, and then obviously we are here
And
today.
has that strategy changed over the last...
Absolutely.
How long has it
Many times. It's been almost 9 years. And the strategy is ever changing. So obviously it was a different strategy when we were a small a boutique brand who were competing with other boutique brands,
Right.
sort of boutiques really.
Right.
And then when we were growing, it was a different strategy. And then when we grew to a point where Al-Karam, Gul Ahmad, Sana Safinaz, Nishat discovered ke, oye, ye to chalne wali cheez hai yaar, hum ye kyun nahi kar rahe? They came in with a, you know, with a different product, with a different price set, and we had to compete. So then we had to rebuild ourselves, restructure ourselves, recost ourselves, reprice ourselves. And we're going through that change right now. But over this period, I went through like a lot of changes. I went from a startup to you know, somebody who was then had to grow the business, to somebody who had to manage the business, and it was a very difficult task because I'm really good at starting businesses, but I am terrible at managing them. And all of you startups will also realize that most of you, some of you will take it through your life, and you guys will be fantastic, I'm sure. But a lot of you will realize that you're great at starting up. And running a business takes a completely different skill set that a lot of businesses fail because of this reason, because people want to hold on to their businesses. कि नहीं मेरा company है, मैं चलाऊंगा. लेकिन you're not good at running it. Somebody else should come in and run your business.
So what did you
And
do?
I can't afford. I just couldn't afford the person, you know, who was the right person to run my business. So I had to discover, learn, relearn, unlearn. And sort of calm down, you know, train, trust, create systems, protocols, and run it. I've made a lot of mistakes because I didn't know how to run a big business. You know, so I, you know, dealing with those mistakes over time and learning from them and all. I think now I've almost hit it on the head
Okay.
for the time being.
So if I were to ask you your top 3 mistakes that you made that could have been really detrimental to your business, but you sort of survived, what would those be? See, I've changed the questions as I go along.
I would just do one thing differently. Honestly, not 3 things.
Okay.
I would go work for another retail outlet before I started my own retail business. That was probably the only thing that I would do differently. I just didn't have a lot of perspective on a lot of things in my area. But once in the business, I think every mistake or good or bad decision I had to make had to be made to be what Ego is or who I am and so on.
So, but there must have been a lot of pressure at that time. How did you cope with it?
हाँ नहीं I didn't, I've not really had much pressure other than financial. Actually what happened was a couple of really cool things happened. So my wife is a doctor and we've been married forever. So when I was starting Ego, she had just gone to the US to do her specialization, to do her house job first and then her specialization. So for the first 6 years of me doing Ego, she was not here. So it was perfect. It was fantastic. It couldn't have been any better because I was working like um 12, 14 hours a day. So was she. I mean, I like a doctor's life is crazy. But I was working like 12 to 14 hours a day at least, 7 days a week for my first, I think, about 6 years of Ego. And I think that if she was here, we would not have been together. There's no way that we would have been together. So that was one thing. So there was no pressure from that end. And secondly, I had a small family. I didn't have to support my wife. She supports herself. I didn't have to really support myself either because, as you can tell, I don't need too many clothes or those khana wala khila dete. So I really, really other than work, nothing existed. So I had no expenses. I had nothing other than work-related expenses. So whatever was needed was to be made and put back into the business or beg and steal people to sort of, make it work. And that's what I did.
So how many stores do you have now?
Yeah, we have 19 stores. But at a peak of our business, we've had 26 stores. But again, that learning, we've shut down smaller stores, opened bigger stores, sort of corrected some stores, bought back some bad franchise deals we had made, turned some franchise relationships into partnerships. So a lot of, sort of things have changed since we started.
So you learned all that? I mean, who grows up knowing about franchises? So you...
No, but like I said, like, अगर आज आपने franchise करना है, तो all you have to do is like take one of my retail boys or take me for dinner. I'll explain to you how it works. So a lot of things that are not being done for the first time, you can do, right? I mean.
So did you have a mentor or a role model?
Yeah.
Or even since then?
Not like sort of the kind of mentors that these startups had.
No, I wasn't.
I had I have one cousin, Naeem, in fact, who had bounced some financial stuff from and who would just sort of, those of you who've met Naeem, Naeem Zamidar, yeah, he's my cousin. So Naeem, since I know him, अगर आपकी हवा निकली हुई है ना, तो you just need to spend 10 minutes with him and आपको लगता है कि you can fly, you can jump out this window and just, like, oh, yeah, ये तो सब हो मसला ही नहीं कोई, So that was really helpful. Absolutely, you should totally meet him. And my parents, have been my backbone. I mean, I really mean, like, I've been stressful in their lives, but they've been fantastic. Then, I've got a bunch of friends, about 600-700, who've been extremely kind and generous. But I'll tell you one thing that I tell everyone that the most, I don't know what your question was anymore, but it doesn't matter.
I said, did you have a mentor or a role
Right.
model?
Yeah, thank you. So
You can change the question.
like one great thing about me, I think that I am really proud of, is that I have no ego whatsoever other than the business. Every time I don't understand something or I don't get it or I don't know how it works, I'll just go and ask someone. So, I've had times when I've just sort of, like somebody told me कि हाँ fashion में Rizwan Beg बड़ा अच्छा designer है. अच्छा. So I talked to a few people, get his phone number, give him a call. Hi Rizwan, मैं आदिल मुसाजी बात कर रहा हूँ. एक brand है, मुझे थोड़ी help चाहिए. आ जाऊँ. हाँ जाओ यार. And hundreds and hundreds of people who are extremely busy in their lives I've called over my time while I've been setting up this business and other businesses, and not a single person has told me कि नहीं आ जाओ या मैं तुम्हें नहीं बताऊंगा या won't help you. Every single person, in fact, can you guys tell me how many people you've ever called or approached for any? पता चल जाता है उसके फौरन बाद. लोग गलत भी बताते हैं कभी कभार, लेकिन उसके chances थोड़े कम हैं. Absolutely.
So tell me, what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated? There must be days when you're really down and you think, why the hell did I start doing?
Yeah, every single day. I'll tell you, if you have a really good cup of tea, right, and कि यार amazing चाहिए, एक और cup ले आओ, the second cup will never taste the same, right? नहीं होता ना? That's like, for me, that's like going to the same job or same business or same work every single day. So I hate like running a business, right? So if you leave it to me, right, I would like to set up a new business about every 3 months. Okay? So basically, over time, I've set up East End. I've set up a spa for a friend. I've set up a training company for HBL. Yeah, what else? Yeah, couple of things. Point is that I would rather just go and set up businesses and give it to people. But वो ये है कि इस तरह होता नहीं है मेरी field में. It's kind of difficult. The only reason why I think I've stuck to ego so far are three. One is the fact that a lot of has been already invested in it, right? So it's not like यार आप बंद करके घर चले जाओ. So there's already some responsibility as far as that is concerned. The second thing is that a lot of people are a part of it. There are about 500 families or more that run from Ego. The people who work in the factory, they work on a retail. And you know what? They all like believe in what I believe in. Like they all like sort of linked to me now. And
once I remember, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you told me that you don't hire a lot of these people, but you help them sort of create their own businesses and then they become your vendors.
हाँ, ऐसा भी हुआ है, ऐसा भी किया है. But sorry, the third reason is that every single day at work there is a new challenge, right? Every design is a new challenge. Every fabric that comes dyed, issues are a new challenge. Every costing is a new challenge. The team has a new challenge sitting for me कि वो सेल्स गर्ल बड़ी अच्छी थी लेकिन वो शादी कर रही है तो वो जॉब छोड़ी अगले महीने, that kind of stuff. But there is, like on a regular basis, we are working on a marketing strategy, a financial strategy, a sales strategy, a new photography campaign, a new Facebook campaign. There's something really exciting
happening every day.
Happening, yeah. Like every week at least, there is some big chunk of awesomeness happening. So it sort of keeps you alive. It keeps you on. And then, sitting there in this business, a lot of opportunities come up of, setting up vendors and setting up your own production of something or,
So it's changing all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so now let's move from Ego to the East End. So as I said before, you got the space, which was a warehouse, and you were going to convert it into a design incubator.
Right.
And then it became the East End.
Absolutely.
A fine dining restaurant. So how did that happen?
Have you guys been to the East End? Anyone?
Some of us,
Okay.
very few of us.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it's like most things in my life, it was a challenge. It was a dare actually. To get again, there were two things happening. One was that during the last interim government of Sindh, there was a campaign that I was doing for somebody in the government who actually sent me to another minister's office, and with that minister I had a huge fight about who Karachi belongs to. And that minister threw me out of her office. And her vision was simple, it only belongs to Sindhis. जो कैंपेन थी वो थोड़ी उसके खिलाफ जा रही थी और मैंने कहा कि हाँ मैं एग्री करता हूँ, लेकिन जिस तरह मैं तो गुज्जू हूँ और मेरी फैमिली तकरीबन 250 साल से यहाँ रहती है, तो या तो मैं सिंधी बन गया हूँ या हम अभी भी फॉरेन लैंड में रह रहे हैं, लाइक व्हाट इज़ इट. And what about all the Pathans who are here, all the Mahajirs are here, all whatever. So I'm like, what is the ownership there? Like, how does it work? She doesn't have an answer. She threw me out of her office. So one was this thing happening, and obviously I wanted to figure out a way where I can express what Karachi is. So that was one thing. And the second thing was that a couple of years ago my grandmother passed away, and my grandmother used to cook or get cooked amazing Bori food, right? How many of you have had Bora food before? All right, those of you who haven't had good Bora food before, dude, like swing by my restaurant, please, like really fast. It's very sad. Anyways, so like, used to have this amazing old recipe book that she used to follow. And there used to be this girl, Gulnaz, who used to work at my house back then. And उसकी लंबी स्टोरी है वो, उसको आप सेशन पे बुलाओगे तो अपनी कहानी सुनाएगी आपको. लेकिन you know, so basically I was working with her to sort of redevelop my grandmother's recipes. So that was one thing that was happening. And the second thing that was happening is that, how many of you like the Kemari crabs? You know, you go boating and you have those crabs, right? Yeah, I can see it on your face. Awesome. Okay, so those crabs, you know, over the last about 5-6 years, don't taste the same. They're a little less than what they used to be. And that's a killer, right? So I wanted to develop those. So we were already like sort of, Gulnaz and I were building these recipes. And तो ये दो चीज़ें चल रही थी. अच्छा, तो फिर क्या हुआ कि a friend of mine, again, you know, he's like, यार, इसको, you know, let's open a Bori restaurant or, you know, something like that. तो वो हो रहा था, एक दिमाग में वो चीज़ चल रही थी. ठीक है. This friend of mine used to work with another chain of restaurants that are now shutting down. ठीक है. So his boss wanted to reinvest the equipment and some money in a new idea, and they came and sat down with me and said कि यार कोई देसी restaurant खोलते हैं जो बहुत fit चलेगा और सब जीत जाएंगे. So we were already developing this and we were like, okay, you know what, let's turn this into something. So we sort of took an apartment on, we started developing these recipes and sort of put it together, and we pitched this idea that, you know, we're going to do exotic desi food, and it's going to work really well, and we charge about 2,000, 2,400 rupees per person. And they're like, नहीं ये नहीं हो सकता. मैं क्यों नहीं हो सकता? They're like, यार 2,400 रुपए, 2,000 रुपए बंदा जापानी खाने के देता है, स्टेक वेक के देता है, देसी खाने के इतने पैसे कौन देता है यार? ये तो निहारी 65 रुपए की मिल जाती है प्लेट. तो हम like, यार मुझे ये समझ नहीं आ रही कि वही गोश्त अगर जापानी बना हुआ हो तो वो 2,500 में मिल सकता है, लेकिन अगर देसी बना हुआ हो तो वो 250 रुपये का होना चाहिए. ये कहाँ की हिकमत है? लाइक नहीं ऐसी होता है. लाइक नहीं ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि ऐसा हो. देयर आर अदर वेज ऑफ डूइंग दिस. लाइक हो ही नहीं सकता. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है फिर. एंड देन यू नो when I was working with Gulnaz and other chefs and we were preparing these recipes that we deliver today, and वो अलग अलग शेफ अलग अलग चीज़ें बना रहा था, ये बना रहे थे, ये बना रहे थे. So 5 course meal था. तो जब आप 5 course meal खाते हो तो छोटा छोटा सर्व करना होता है. तो वो जब शेफ्स खुद बना रहे थे, लाइक आधा ना पागल हो गए, कस्टमर आके मारेंगे कि एक आलू. You know, ये क्या तरीका है? Until we did the first tasting of 5 course meal with about 12 people, which went really well, nobody within the team believed that it could work. And that day everybody got up saying, oh my God, unbelievable. And even now at East End, right, we've got a half and half. Like there are people who love it and come all the time repeatedly, and there are people who are like, what? Yeah. But it's okay. 50% is not bad. You know?
So tell them what kind of food. I mean, what's
Yeah,
stuff on the
it's a 5 course meal.
why 5 course?
So you know, if
Usually it's a 3-course
if you have a Bori friend, or if you're Bori and if you've had food in the thal, you'll know that we are used to eating extravagantly. 7 course meal, 5 course meal, 10 course meal, कोई मसला ही नहीं है. ठीक है? But a lot of people find that really exotic, right? कि यार ये कैसे होता है? And around the world, if you go for fine dining experiences, you know, you go for a multi-course meal, right? And I wanted to deliver not food, but deliver experience, like an experience to your palate, to your eyes, you know. And so, you know, you get these 5 course meal that builds it up. So for example, if you go for the Kemari crabs, अगर आप boating गए और में Kemari crabs खाएं, तो आपको पता है कि वो पहले लाके आपको फ्राइड पोटैटोज देता है नान के साथ, फिर क्रैब केक्स आते हैं, फिर क्रैब्स आते हैं, फिर मछली आती है, फिर लॉलीपॉप आते हैं एंड में, फिर वो चाय बना के देता है. तो इट्स ऑलरेडी अ 6 course meal, right? Now how do you master chef this and turn it to an experience where with everything served, like यार अगला क्या आएगा? Oh my God, you know. And that's the idea, like that's the challenge. When we put a 5 course meal together, we want you to be that excited.
And then the little drinks that come with everything.
So the idea is that you eat something, the drink should like clean your palate, sort of prepare you for the next dish, and stuff like that. So we've got 3 genres. We've got the Bora genre, जिसमें we are turning it into a Gujarati genre and bringing in Parsi food as well. Then we've got the Kemari genre, which is called Captain Charlie, which is a whole bunch of seafood things that you can eat 5 course. And then there is a Kharadar to Highway, which is all roadside food, master chefed and sort of prepared in a 5-course meal. So yeah, you should guys should bring your girlfriends, man. Come over immediately.
So how's that going?
Yeah, it's going
don't
well.
open for lunch, which is one of my complaints.
Yeah, since we feel that sorry, I know, very sad. मैं खा लेता हूँ वैसे बनवा के. But how it basically, right? We don't serve food. We serve this experience, and we haven't really been able to come up with a lunch experience which can be delivered in 45 minutes yet. Yeah.
Do you serve it in a cup?
No, we don't yet, but we are about to do something like that. If you promise to come, I'll do it. All right, done. I'll take your number.
Okay.
Huh.
So what next?
What next?
Because,
so
I mean, you've done several businesses, but Ego and the East End are the two that are
Right,
now
right,
sort of
yeah.
growing. And are you going to open another branch of the
Yeah.
East End, or are you going to restrict it?
No, so no. At East End, I'm partnered with a couple of other people, including Gulnaz, by the way, who worked with me. She's a partner there as well now. But so they are working on a whole bunch of things. I'm working on about 5 new brands. I'm working on a couple of men's brands, a couple of women's brands. I'm working on one lunch food delivery brand. So I'm working on a couple of
Good.
new brands.
So
Yeah.
it's not over for you. Serial entrepreneur. One
यार पता है actually आपका एक आध चीज़ चल रही हो ना, it becomes very easy because your finance department is there, your accounts department is there, you got a backbone in sort of vendorship, right? You figured most of things out, right? You got a good administrative team. So whenever you now work on a new brand or a new concept, you can really work on the idea itself and not worry about कि वो generator कैसे start होगा और बिजली नहीं आ रही और वो हिसाब रख लेना भाई इसका, थोड़ा बहुत cash flow आपके दूसरे business से turnover हो जाता है. So whatever you guys are doing, right? Really, the first business or two is a little tough, but eventually it becomes beautiful. If you don't lose hope and energy, a lot of good things coming your way after that.
Just so anybody who meets you says you're always so excited and passionate about what you're doing, always so positive. Nobody have ever seen you sort of down in the dumps or quiet. So were you always this way?
ये तो एक पूरा session है 1 घंटे का.
No, it's a question.
No, again I'll give you a short version. I sort of grew up stuttering quite a bit. तो मेरे को ज़िंदगी के पहले 16 साल I sort of didn't speak at all. I had total 2 friends in my life. And I was extremely shy about who I hung out with because of my problem. And when I had gone to the US and I was there for about 9 months, it was a really sad life. I had no friends. I wouldn't speak to anyone. I would go to college, change 3 buses, be in college all day, not speak to a single person, then take 3 buses, eat at the same Taco Bell every night and come back home. So at about the end of 9 months, I decided कि यार ये ज़िंदगी pathetic है, ये ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. And I decided that either I'm going to change myself or kill myself. Yeah, it was that. Then I said killing myself is not a good idea, so let's think of a really good change strategy, And at that evening till morning, I had a whole strategy. I made a list of the things I hated about myself. What is the plan of changing it? How will it be done? Kya hoga? And the list was pretty long of the things I didn't like myself, including my weight, my hair, my clothes, the way I spoke, the fact that I didn't have any friends, blah, blah, right? And so I said, okay, I'm going to change all of this stuff. But hota kya hai, you keep making promises to yourself and you don't make them happen, right? It's सबके साथ होता है यार मैं weight loss करूँ, ये भी मैं अभी भी कर रहा हूँ, weight loss करूँगा, and you're like okay ठीक है ना, सुबह 7 बजे उठ के भागूंगा, and then 7 बजे you're like whatever, and then you go back to sleep. So like I need to do something really drastic to promise to myself that I'm going to do this, right? So I said okay. So the one thing that I hated was obviously introducing myself to anybody new, right? कि यार नए बंदे को मैं introduce करूँगा तो हकलाऊँगा और वो पता नहीं वहाँ पे बैठा रहेगा कि नहीं. And I'd almost never done it in my life. So I decided that when I go to college the next day, the entire day, when I get off from the bus till I get back onto the bus in the evening, I will introduce myself to every single person I come across. सो जब मैं तीसरे बस से उतरने वाला था तो मैं शिवर कर रहा था, मेरे पसीने छूट रहे थे और मुझे लगता है मैं यही फारिग हो जाऊंगा. But I sort of got off the bus, and the first person I came across, I started introducing myself. It must have taken me about 15 minutes. I started with, my name is, and it was much worse than this. And after the first introduction, the next introduction probably took 2 minutes. The introduction after that probably took 20 seconds. And by the end of the day, I'd introduced myself to almost the entire college. I had joined the international society, the bowling club, the billiards club, the tuition center, bowling alley group, okay, anything I could come across. And that day, I think everything about me changed. My belief that I couldn't do something changed. So after that day, like honestly, there is nothing, ये बहुत weird होता है. I understand the existence of it because it has existed in my life. But एक बंदे को होता है ना यार, ये हो तो सकता है कि मैं नहीं कर सकता. तो imagine a life where there is no such thing. So in my life, actually there is no such thing कि मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता. So with that knowledge, because for me it was such a big problem that because I overcame it, now it's like, okay, क्या करना है यार.
मगर इसमें ये भी तो होता है कि कोई ऐसी चीज़ भी करने लगते हैं जो वाकई नहीं कर सकते हो. तो हैव यू डन दैट?
नहीं, मतलब मैंने कभी उड़ने वगैरह की कोशिश नहीं की है.
I can do this. Let me open the window and fly out.
Okay. I eventually asked out and married the most amazing woman ever.
Wow.
I started every business that somebody dared me कि ये हो ही नहीं सकता. At the restaurant, मैं example दे रहा हूँ. At my restaurant, the first team of chefs who had developed the whole 5-course menu of about 10 different things, in the first week of business decided कि आप हमारी ये करें तो हम जॉब छोड़ के चले जाएंगे. मैं चले जाओ. So for 4 days, me, my partner Mufi and Gulnaz, the three of us, cooked, cleaned dishes and served food for a week straight. क्योंकि कुछ भी हो सकता है. आप actually, if you can think of something कि ये करना चाहिए, तो हो सकता है यार. मुझे तो कुछ नहीं लगता कोई ऐसी चीज़ है मैं नहीं कर सकता. उड़ना भी है तो कुछ बना लेंगे, प्लेन वगैरह. मैं अभी ना राइट ब्रदर्स की बायोग्राफी पढ़ रहा हूँ. And if you guys haven't read the biography of the Wright brothers, treat yourself to it. I'm telling you, buy a book. Okay, एक है Mikkalo, yeah, right? Because at that time, you know what they were doing was like impossible. हो ही नहीं सकता. सब लोग समझते पागल हैं इन लोग. And if you go through the kind of things, अच्छा इन लोग, these guys had not been to college, okay, and these guys used to run a bicycle shop. And जब इनको data नहीं मिल रहा था on how wind resistance on, let's say, a plane wings was to be studied, they created the first air tunnel. They created the first method of how to read wind resistance on a wing. 2 bicycle makers. So अगर उड़ना पड़े तो मैं उड़ भी जाऊंगा यार, फिर कुछ ना कुछ कर ही लेंगे.
That's good. Any advice for people who are starting companies?
It's a very difficult journey, but it's extremely pleasing if you are the kind of person who's going to get pleased by it. Let me explain what that means. Startups are not for everyone. It's a very difficult journey. ठीक है? And you need to define for yourself now what success is. Because if you've just gotten into this thinking के बहुत सारे पैसे बनाएंगे तो successful हो जाएगा या 10 branches खोले successful, नहीं. So your success should be defined by the kind of lifestyle you'll have at the end of this journey. And if you can see that, हाँ यार मैं हफ्ते के 7 दिन 14 घंटे काम कर रहा हूँ और इतना difficult journey होगी, लेकिन हर एक दिन की achievement awesomeness होगी. And I'm going to like really thrive on that, right? It's going to be fantastic. It's like playing a video game, right? You move from like, you pass one thing and then you move to level 2 and then you find its challenges, find solutions. Solving those problems with solutions is what's amazing about a startup, about entrepreneurship. If you like doing that, you can have a great time. If you don't like doing that, अच्छी सी नौकरी कर लो, बहुत अच्छी नौकरी कर लो.
What is the kind of support system that they should be looking at? What is who are the people that they should look to for support as they're starting on their journey? Because, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to start a company, to make mistakes, and to grow it. Who should they be turning to?
यार
Friends? Is it family?
देखें, मैं आपको सबसे मज़ेदार चीज़ बताता हूँ. जबकि I've been very lucky and I've been extremely resourceful, being with a small family, very supportive and so on. But I'll tell you कि ऐसा नहीं है. If you think of some of the most successful people with their own businesses, they went through some of the most difficult times. Most of them had no money, no resources. They were dropouts, or people hated them or threw them out of their house or whatever. They made it because they had to make it. They didn't make it because अगर मैं गिर जाऊंगा तो कोई मुझे उठा लेगा. ऐसा सीन नहीं है. If you look at some of the top people who've made it big, have been people who've come across difficulties and solved it themselves. So the only thing you need is to be a really good problem solver, right? Is to sort of fall down and get back up again, fall down, get back up again, fall down, get back up again. If you know how to fall down and get back up again, you don't need anybody else. You'll make it happen.
And yet, right at the beginning, you did say that if there was something that you didn't know, you would pick up the phone and go and visit somebody and say, hey, can you talk to me?
वो एक मेरा पूरा अलग lecture है, resourcefulness and all of that. So I think part 2 फिर कभी और करेंगे.
अच्छा, one last question.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to become an entrepreneur? Why didn't you just take a 9-to-5 job and say, yeah?
I did.
You did for a couple of years.
I did take a lot of jobs, but okay. I joined a small company first. It was called Apparel Technologies, and we used to go to sort of cutting rooms and solve those problems. I mean, first proper job. उससे पहले college वगैरह में बहुत सारी नौकरियाँ की है. लेकिन and I loved that job. It was a small team, and running small teams and having a lot of sort of authority and sort of decision making was great fun. But the strategy was not mine. So it was like sort of okay, it's your recipe and I'm cooking it sort of thing. Then I worked for a big company and I was absolutely sure कि तो मुझे करना ही नहीं है, because there was so much hierarchy. आप 5 साल काम करेंगे तो आपको ये गाड़ी मिलेगी, फिर आप 6 साल काम करेंगे तो आपको पेट्रोल अलाउंस इतना बढ़ जाएगा. पागल हो गए हो यार, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. So I knew that in a structure, in a defined by somebody else's definition, I can't work. Yeah, I can't live a life like that, and I need to dress like that at work. So yeah, so like the first 2 times that I set up a business, ना तो ज़ौक गलती से हो गया, that whole furniture thing. फिर M2 किया तो so I already had like a lot of confidence के कुछ भी करूँगा तो हो जाएगा. It wasn't as easy as I thought. I was wrong there. But having said that, if you do run your own business, you have the capability of setting up the job timings and the lifestyle and the sort of like the fabric that it's made of and so on. And I love it. I think मैं जिस business में हूँ, a lot of people who work with me, are getting much better salaries elsewhere. They keep getting job offers. But it's not like I really pay them badly, but I can't pay a lot of kind of salaries that Khadi can pay or Sana Safinas can pay or so on. They're much bigger than I am. And all of my employees, I insist to them कि उनको जब भी कहीं से job offer है, interview के लिए ज़रूर जाएं. So all of my designers, all of my key people have interviewed at Khadi, have interviewed at Sana Safinas. They keep getting calls, and they know what their value is. And I probably pay them half, but they stick with me because it's a better life. It's more fun. They get to assert their ideas. Anybody who's got a great idea, we try to use it. We try to put it into gear. It's a great lifestyle. We are a great family. So.
And yet you work long hours. You said you can, you can adjust the hours because.
Yeah, I now don't think that it's a requirement of my job. I think now it's my personality. It's just. It's been so long working like this that I don't know how to work any. मैं फारिग बैठा हूँ तो कोई और यार ये लाइट शेड को मैं कैसे improve कर दूँ, इसके पीछे अगर मैं ये कर दूँ तो कितना अच्छा हो जाएगा. So constantly अब I'm thinking something. I'm like at night when we're sleeping, my wife is like, okay, calm down. I can feel you thinking, but I can't. I really can't stop. It's just me, I guess.
Any questions
Yes, brother.
you guys have? Yeah.
Yeah, hi. I just have a few questions for you.
Please keep seating. And
Yeah.
what's your name? What do you do?
Yeah, my name is Sulaiman. I'm a portfolio manager at JS Investments.
Okay.
So I got an opportunity to come over. I'm grateful that you have taken out your time and spoken
Thank you, sir.
The first question which I have is, you started East End Restaurant. I mean, I understand this could be like private information, but what was the total amount of money you invested in the restaurant and the threshold that is, because again, restaurants come in and out of business, go out of business every few
Right.
months in a city like that.
Right.
So what was the time where you thought that I'll take a loss for like 6 months, or what was that threshold, and what kept you going
Okay.
after that? And then I have just two
Yeah.
or three follow-up questions.
Yeah. Behold a long answer.
Yeah.
यार कहानी ये है कि so we set this up and we did that trial dinner and we'd already invested 6 months into development of our team and development of the menu. ठीक है? And then the person who was going to invest in the company, who had come to that dinner, was floored, decided to not invest in that company. I had no money. ठीक है? मतलब I had whatever money I have is an ego. So the two investors who we were talking to both sort of bailed on us, and we were like, क्या होगा? So the idea was to take up a whole building on Shahbaz and on 4 floors to 4 different concepts of restaurants. ठीक है? And we had worked all 4 out, right? And these guys disappeared on us. So ये जहाँ पे अभी ईस्ट एंड है हमारी, वो हमने जगह ईगो के लिए वेयरहाउस के लिए ली थी. ठीक है? And what happened was that my other 2 partners, they said कि यार, you know, we don't want to give such a big hefty chunk to some other investor who doesn't believe in our idea. You know, बाद में क्या होगा? So he said कि एक काम करते हैं, why don't we set up a quick operation here and run it for a couple of months, show people that it's successful, and as soon as it starts ticking, we'll find an investor and we'll open somewhere else. What happened was that, okay, so the investment was very simple. The other restaurant that was closing down, the equipment we bought at a steal. ठीक है? तो वो आराम से सेटअप हो गया, और उस वक्त जो हमने किचन का इंटीरियर किया, it was just bare, it was just sort of sitting there, right? तो वहाँ पे कोई खर्चा ऐसा हमने मेजर नहीं किया. इनफैक्ट गैस की पाइपिंग की भी ज़रूरत नहीं थी. We were using like cylinders, so it was fairly easy. Then inside the restaurant, we couldn't really afford much. So even, have you been to the East End?
No, I haven't.
Shame on you. So, we did a really mazedar interior for very little money. And I do interiors myself, and there is a friend of mine, Saira, God bless her, she helps me. With very little money, and if you go there, you'll see. You can see it on the Facebook page if you really don't want to go. How we did the interior. So we did the interior for very little money, and so for Ego, again, I'll have to go back a little bit. The first store that we did for Ego took 6 months to get done, the interior. और आजकल आपको पता होगा डॉल्मेन क्लिफ्टन वगैरह के रेंटल्स क्या है. तो अगर 6 महीने इंटीरियर बनाने में लग जाए तो वी वुड game over, right? So we have got our own team, and we keep one interior ready. So whenever we sort of rent a place, we open the store in 10 days. ठीक है? So we run our own carpentry team and our own metalworks team. So हमारी अपनी टीम थी जिसने ये चीज़ें बनाई और फटाफट काम हो गया. So I think that the entire investment must have been 25-30 lakh rupees. ठीक है? Other than the development expense, which was almost nothing because Gulnaz already used to work for me, and all the friends who helped were fed well. So we ran this restaurant to begin with. In fact, हमने जो खोलने की डेट रखी थी ना, तो बहुत सारा फर्नीचर अनफिनिश्ड था जो हमने वैसे ही लगा दिया, and it worked out. People love the furniture, so we haven't finished it, and it looks great. So my point is that for 4 months when the restaurant opened, even if you were my best friend, I couldn't get you a reservation.
What time were you like breaking even?
We were breaking even the next day. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'll give you a rough idea. If you go and rent out a nice 2,500 square feet on Shahbaz right now, it'll cost you 4-5 lakh rupees rental or more, and my rental is 80,000 rupees. But it's really offbeat. So the idea has to be grand enough for you to find my restaurant. I'm telling you, it's not that easy to find.
No.
Right? So Yeah.
Okay, and for your first brand, Ego, again, possibly Khadi is like a much bigger and better,
Yes.
bigger brand in terms of their financial resources and the time period it's already, I mean, they've already spent making up the brand. So where do you see this, where do you see your brand going from here? And do you expect to like get money or resources from outside investors, or do you want to like just keep it as it is?
Is your bank interested in investing?
I,
Then I'll answer accordingly. No?
I work at an investment company.
Acha. Great. Even better. Okay.
We invest in listed companies.
Acha. I'll list myself really fast.
There's a small and medium exchange that is going to be launched at the case.
So just to put it in perspective, Khadi is 30 times my size plus, okay, in clothing retail. Obviously the game is very different, right? Having said that, I'm probably one of the very few companies in the clothing business who doesn't come with a textile mill back, right? So the costing is different too, right? Yeah, right. So the strategy is very simple. I'm probably leaner than any other company my size, again, this current change that's happening is that we are actually going to sort of niche ourselves up. So as the other brands are moving into the mass market, we are moving up the chain. It's a more difficult battle moving up, but we've already been successful in the last 6 months in the first phase of doing it. So that's what we're doing. So building sort of bigger margins, better prices, so on.
Any other questions from anybody else? Yeah?
My name is Ishan Alam. I run an online retailing brand. So my question to you is, like, these big brands, they're slowly moving towards online retailing and going towards Daraz and all those types of places. Ego, I've seen, was also on Daraz as well. So what do you think, should brands start like directly from retailing, or should they start, they should have a franchise and then move on towards online retailing?
Yeah, I don't think there is a right answer to that. So, for instance, if you ran a clothing brand or a food brand or whatever it was that you were running, I would first figure out exactly who your target market is, and then I would see which channel of retail has the easiest access to that market. So if Khadi already has a developed access to that market, or Yevo has that access, or let's say Labels has that access, or let's say exhibitions are the best way to access that market, I would take that route. But without really knowing the dynamics of that brand, all of these are great options that you're saying, but they may not be a great option for one brand, but maybe a fantastic option for the other.
Experience been with the retail? Like, do you think that that is a better option?
Yeah, in like most of these options, I was the first entry in most cases. Doing my own franchise was a first entry. Nobody else was franchising in Pakistan in the clothing category. With Daraz, I was the first bread brand to sign up with them, and so on. I have been successful at every one of them, but I've been successful one way more than a different way, right? So some things that work better, I'm focusing more on that, and some things that didn't work as well, I'm focusing less on those. For example, running a 300 to 400 square feet shop was a great idea 5 years ago. But today, running a store less than 1,000 square feet makes less sense, because now your competition is running bigger stores at lesser retail expense per sale or per product or per basket or whatever you want to call it. तो चीज़ें change होती रहती है और उस तरह करना पड़ता है. Like for example, if your simple question is, for most products you can sell at Daraz, I'd say take that route, because with their marketing budgets they can help you penetrate the market and get your brand further. Later, after 1 year, 2 years, whatever, if you've reached a certain point, you're like, I don't need to sell through Daraz now, and I've got a better selling option, and now people are exposed to my brand, not exposed to Daraz, but exposed to my brand. तो फिर आप अपना चैनल पे ज़्यादा काम करना शुरू कर दो. इस तरह की बहुत सारी strategies है that might work. I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer for you.
Assalamualaikum, this is Umar Farooq. I have a ready-made garment business, so I can relate whatever you have spoken about.
Zabardast.
So my first question is, why did you put the brand name Ego, since it has a negative connotation as a meaning?
Absolutely.
And the second question is, would you recommend young startups to actually go to the market, do a job, make some money, get some experience, and then pursue your dreams? Since in the beginning it's really a hard journey, I can relate to it, whatever you have said, right?
Yeah. Okay, the first question is easy. When we were setting up a brand for a younger generation, my team at that time, couple of designers, couple of people, we were working together. We had a whole bunch of brainstorm sessions ke kya naam rakhna chahiye. And the way we described the brand was, it's for the younger generation, you know, who want to be different from the world, who want to break free and express themselves, right? So we like, okay, tera naam is tarah ka hona chahiye. So the first name that everybody agreed on was, it was going to be called Forbidden. Forbidden, right? So, but वो हमने उसका लोगो बनाया और बहुत लंबा बन रहा था, तो हमने कहा नहीं यार और कुछ सोचते हैं. And sorry?
You find out synonyms and antonyms and then you go to the ego.
No. We already had a list of, you know, names that people had suggested. तो ego कोई दूसरे तीसरे नंबर पे था, दूसरे नंबर पे था. And the meaning that we were going to go for was very simple, right? It was ego more in terms of identity, of like women power, defining who I am. I exist, I am, you know. And that was the sort of definition that we were going with. Okay, so ego worked out well, it looked good. To answer your next question, you know, should one go and get some experience? You know, it's all about level of risk taking, right? And there's a level of opportunity as well. So if you have a great idea and you're like, yeah, I'm going to sit on it for 6 months, get some experience, come back, 3 more people may have started the same idea and you may not end up being the first entry, right? So sometimes you're just pregnant with an idea, it just has to be done right now. And ठीक है जेब में पैसे नहीं है, ठीक है कॉलेज के 2 महीने बाकी हैं, हाँ, लेकिन अभी करना ज़रूरी है तो अभी करना ज़रूरी है फिर, you know. Sure, cheers.
Anybody else? Yeah.
So, firstly, my name is Jim. Rather bored supply chain profession, so just here to check myself out. So, I have a couple of questions. Firstly, how did you said you transformed within a day, or you started your journey within a day? If you can delve a bit more into that. And secondly, you must be one hell of a, either you're one hell of a multitasker or you have one hell of a team, because you're doing one thing and you're starting another thing. So
Right.
if you could mention that as well.
Yeah, and men are normally not multitaskers. So
Yeah.
it must be a
Transgender. Sorry, what was the first question?
First question was, how did you
transform
Right.
yourself within a day.
I'll give you the quick version, and if you want the detailed version, you can have a cup of tea with me tomorrow. Yeah, after I was done with this, so the ball was rolling, right? Like you already thought, holy shit, मतलब मैं 16 साल से हकला रहा था और एक दिन में मेरा हकलाना almost zero हो गया है. हकला रहा था मैं, but you know, I was now speaking a lot more fluently than I was earlier. And I'm like, my God, I can talk to people. This is amazing. This is what I sound like. Since I could do that, you know.
Isn't it true that that sort of gave you the confidence?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's a lack
absolutely.
of confidence as well.
Yeah.
That doesn't allow you to take that first step.
So the next thing on my list was to lose weight. So I used to, I mean, I weigh a lot now, but I used to weigh even more back then. And so I started running every day. You know, the first day that where I was staying, there was a high school right in front of me in Philadelphia, in a small place, right? There was a public high school. और शाम को खाली होता था. So I remember उनका वो soccer field होता था. And the first day when I started jogging, I could not jog like half the round. And so I was walking as much as I could. And over a period of 2 months, I was doing over 20 rounds running, right? So I lost over about 25 pounds. I'd come down to a waist of 27, which I'd never had in my life. I grew out my hair. You know, because I was more confident, I was dressing better. I was wearing sizes that actually are my own sizes. And, you know, the whole thing changed. I was much better, easily speaking to girls. In fact, girls were coming and speaking to me, which was unheard of, you know. And, so I think one thing is related to the other. They'll all kind of joint in, you know. So So it just sort of, it was a domino effect. Like one thing worked and it led to the other, then led to the other, led to the other. I got my first job shortly after because उससे पहले को मुझे रखने को तेरे बोल नहीं सकता काम क्या करेगा. So I got a retail job at JCPenney. When I got a retail job at JCPenney, I got to be friends with all the co-workers. So my going out changed. Met with that. This is the whole sort of thing changed. Yeah, in a matter of 3 months, I was a different guy. When I came back for my first summer vacation, so I left with knowing 2 friends, and I came back, and the first party that I threw at the end of that summer vacation here, there were 300 people who attended that party. So when I'm saying my close 5 friends helped me, I'm not kidding. I actually mean it. I think I've been making up for all the time that I lost. And it changed because if you ask me what I'm like as a person, I don't know what I'm like. Like, am I that quiet guy or am I this guy? I have no answer for you. So it did change. Whatever it is now, it did change into this overnight, over 3-4 months. ये पहला सवाल था ना.
Second was, are you a very good multitasker or you have a damn routine? Because, the stores opening and
हाँ.
doing like very different stuff.
Yeah.
So either you're delegating very well or
Yeah, okay, so I'll explain to you, and it's a mix of these things. So my bachelor's education I told you about, right? My master's education, which I haven't finished, was in management of supply chain and manufacturing. Okay, so I understand systems, structures, logistics. Okay, I understand information management. I understand sequence of operations. I understand how to train and how to deliver. Having said that, I don't have the patience to do it, right? So I hire people and I train them on how to create systems and operations and make them do it. But so one part is this, but I'm telling you more than that. I think the way that I work with people sort of like build a wall around me and sort of support my cause. So anybody I work with sort of really step out of their comfort zone to make my cause their cause and make it happen. So if you come to my office ever, you'll see that out of about the 20 people who work in the head office, about 10-12 of them have been with me since day one.
Take it, otherwise I think he has shared everything there is to share in snippets.
Yeah, I want
During
to
this.
ask one last question.
Okay, can you
My name is
introduce?
Rahul Rai. I am currently working in EY, Senior.
Okay?
Okay. The question is,
Finance?
Yeah.
how do collaborations help you grow? And have you collaborated with other brands?
Well, no, not really. But what Jahan sort of talked about early was that like when we were trying to expand, एक दफ़ा हमारे इको का मॉडल चल गया तो हम वो पहले 1.5 साल में जब नहीं चल रहा था तो हम सारे पैसे अपने फारिग कर चुके थे. तो to grow further, to make the factory work and all that, we had to expand. So that's how we created our franchises, right? So franchises, the people who were sort of investing weren't interested in my model. It was people who wanted to get into business for the first time. We made it so beautiful for them. We actually created a no-loss franchise deal for first 6 months. So if you invested money, any loss you incurred for the first six months, we paid for. So, we created this kind of system where sort of collaborations between investors has happened, if that's, collab. But हमने supply chain बड़ी मज़ेदार develop की है. We've actually, most of Pakistan, the textile infrastructure that is set up is to feed the US, right? So the huge dyeing capabilities, huge printing capabilities, huge embroidery capabilities. But if you want to embroider 20 pieces or dye 500 meters, you'll have seriously hard time getting it done. But we worked on our supply chains, partnered in with them, created systems that would help us get those small quantities rolling and engineered it and made it worthwhile on both ends. तो इस तरह के ड्रामे हमने काफ़ी किए. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming.
That was wonderful.
You missed the first part of the presentation.